gentlemen, what do you think of that band? What do you think? We had our last performance, which was in the middle of March. It's been a very short amount of time, very small turnaround, coming from there all the way to this spring concert. So I can't tell you how proud I am of these people being able to accomplish as much as they have. We're dealing with almost a grade 2 now, which is where they need to be in order to be able to consider for advanced band next year. That sort of stuff that we're going to go into. So we had to do a little bit with them, there were hardware wars and some things like that, get them going, and we had a little bit of a delay getting in here tonight too. So, so these are lessons we're learning about how you perform, but like I say, this is something I've been doing since I was a lad. I was just a young boy, but what do I know? I'm just some old guy with gray hair and beady eyes and a whiny little voice, and he's losing his hair and his mother's fat. What does he know? Actually, no, she isn't. She's going to turn 90 next month, so hey, what do we got here? She is. You want me better? My dad turned 97 in February. Yeah. Yes, he drives. Yes, he does. Doctors think he's going to live to 110, and I got most of his physiology. Wish I'd gotten his back, though. I got my mother's. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, back on these students, on these children. I will tell you this, that, we've had some great successes with all the ensembles this year, and of course, you are witness to all that over there. Yeah. That's all stuff we took separately. But I'll tell you what, throughout the year, the one group consistently that I can say that I enjoyed their performances more than any of the others is for these guys. Yeah, really. Now, and I know that they have their ways, I know. So is it kind of like the idea that the guy's banging his head against the wall, and somebody else says, why do you keep banging your head against the wall? He says, because it feels so good when I stop. I don't know if it's that bad. I don't know. It's just that for me, the biggest kick of all, the biggest thrill of all is seeing just exactly how much I can get out of my students and convincing them that, the old dog does know what he's talking about. And if you do it, well, you might do some really cool things, like you might go to a big festival and kick everybody's butt and bring home everything. See, that one on the left, that's first place for the orchestra, okay, with the rating of superior, and the one on the right, the two little ones, that's the same thing for the band, that's the rating of superior. The two, the outermost big ones, the big ones of the three in the middle, those are sweepstakes trophies. Those are the most number of points granted in the entire division, so middle school, whatever. And the one in the middle, that's esprit de corps. Only one school gets that, just one. And it's for the school that shows the most professionalism all throughout the competition. And it's not just when they're on stage. In fact, it's not determined by their ability to play at all. It's how they deport themselves. And it's what they do before they're in there, how they're working with the people who are putting this thing on, and how they get themselves off the stage too. It's important. And I will tell you this. Now, I've had some groups. This is not the first time we brought that one home, but we haven't had a sweep in a couple of years. These guys, this last group of students I took up there, were so focused, they scared me. One of my chaperones described it as being almost like in a Zen-like trance, and I guess it's kind of like that. And I mean, you couldn't break their concentration for anything. And I mean, for me, it was like, gee. And when I had them standing outside, when we had to come over and we were ready to go into the rehearsal hall to warm up, and we were there, they were just all standing there cool as cucumbers, and I was in there doing something, fixing up the room a little bit, because I like to make it all cozy for them, before they come in, because the more familiar you can make it, the better they're going to play. Okay? So they're outside, I just got my student director, drum majors out there, and so he puts them in parade rest. Parade rest is this. See? So he had them all do it. I never even saw it. I didn't see him do that. And so one of the groups that just came off the stage were coming by, and they said, hey, who are those guys? He says, and that's Standley. He says, yeah. He says, they're the ones who win first place all the time. Well, it gets better. He says, are they for real? Are they even real? And then you can see the look on him like, I think we're in trouble. And then the other groups too, they see that they go, I think we're in trouble. But I'll tell you, we got the biggest compliment from the festival host who's been seeing our groups for years. And what he said was, he says, you do realize that all these other groups talk about is Standley. You're well known. You are well known. Everybody who comes here knows that who we are, and they're all trying to emulate exactly what you do. So he says you're creating competition for yourself. And I'm going, how can that be a bad thing? Because the idea of festivals is to raise standards. That's not original with me. That's original with Harold Warman, who I was graduate assistant to under San Diego State in 1981. And I asked him once about, because back where I come from, the Midwest, that's not a thing we put a lot of time into. But they do out here. And I asked him, how come? And he said, it's to raise standards. And you know what? I would agree with that. And we raised the bar real high. And that's where it should be. And these folks are up to it too, whether they realize it or not. You know, whether they realize it or not, they are up to it too, and I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of them next year and going back and doing the same kind of thing. My apologies that I was not able to get a festival for these guys this year because I had talked about that. I wanted to do that. I simply ran out of time. There's not enough of me to go around, I'm afraid. So I'm only one teacher, and this is my 18th year at Standley. It is 18 years now. If my health holds up, and if my administrators still want me after all that time, I imagine I'll be here a few more years. Probably at least 7. I was talking about 70. However, my financial advisor said I actually should retire in 7 years. I don't know that I'm really going to do that. I don't know if I can. I mean, as far as I want to. So if the spirit is willing, the flesh is still strong. Evidenced by my father, I think maybe that's possible. Anyway, not about me. Thank you so much for those people who came out and helped Saturday, and for Kate Ansley, who's my alumni up here, okay, who came over and does light and sound for us. I really appreciate that. Give her a hand, please. My wonderful principal, Miss Lyons, who came out here. She has a little child at home, she's so cute. Everybody else who's made all of this possible tonight. Now, we don't have ice cream for you, I'm sorry. This time again, the Renleys wanted the night off, and I can't blame them. But go off the street and go find Baskin Robbins and buy an ice cream cake or something like that, because they're good people, and they put that on for us all these times and raise us a whole lot of money. And boy, do we need a whole lot more, because we ran out. So, if we can get a few more dollars in the hat, we can literally send a child to band camp. So, we're going to try to do that. So anyway, I'm looking forward to that. Also, I have something for you. Make sure that you go see the high school program now, because they've got that going. Mr. Cameron Brown, our new director there, is kicking all kinds of butt, and he's been bringing all the trophies too. So go see what he is doing. He's doing some wonderful things. Also, if you thought you couldn't do music in high school, we've got a plan for you. He figured that out too. But we'll be getting something home to you so that you understand exactly how that works and exactly what the fallacies about that are and the advantages that there are to being in music 4 years in high school, 6 years if you count the next 2 in middle school. We're going to get that to you and make sure that you know how to do that so that you can continue with this and get everything else that you need. Because all of your subjects are important, all of them, not just music, right? Okay, I'm going to turn this back over to my students now, and we have at least one more tune to play for you. Thank you.